I don't normally tell stories about the young kids that I coach, be it high school, be it college, or be it the young peewees, but this story needs to be told. I was coaching my grandkids again this year, flag football. I thought I was done coaching years ago, but they talked Papa into coaching. And first year we came out, we got the championship, and last year we lost by a drop touchdown pass in the end zone. But this year we won it again. So last 2 out of 3 years, I've been fortunate to coach my grandkids to become champions, along with a couple other friends and some coaches that had never been champions. I tell people all the time that my first championship was probably my favorite. The rest of them were for everybody else. I've won now, I think, over 40 championships, either being a head coach, a player, or an assistant coach. I love it, I enjoy it, and I do it because it works. It makes everybody a champion. So I was picking out the MVP. Every year my grandson would like to tell you he's the MVP. I remember last year my granddaughter had 9 touchdowns. She had more touchdowns than anybody on the team. And I remember that Cole said, well, Papa, I know she had 9 touchdowns and you want her to be the MVP, but I threw her those touchdowns. I said, well, that's good thinking, Cole. I said, but, sometimes we got to understand the way Papa thinks, and I gave it to Millie. But that being said, this year I was going to give it to Cole. He threw 10 touchdown passes in 2 championship games. He was incredibly better than he's done in the last 3 years. I was so proud of him. And I remember that as I was getting ready to think about who was going to get the MVP this year, I remember the young kid that had come out to play, and he'd never played football before, tall kid, and he was from the city, and his mama, she raised him. I think she was a single mom, and his grandma helped him out. And I remember her telling me that he played tennis, but he'd never played football. And when we had our first practice, he told me, Coach, don't throw me the ball. I can't catch. I said, well, you're tall, you're lanky, and you're fast. You're going to learn to catch. And so I told his mom, I said, does he have anybody to practice with? And she said, no, he don't. I said, well, I'm going to teach him a drill or two. So I let him on the ground. I said, take that ball, throw it up in the air, catch it with 2 hands. Take that ball, throw it up in the air, catch it with 1 hand each time. Do that in the backyard, and you'll be just fine. Little did I know that his mama learned how to pass a football. And she began to pass football with him over the last 5 weeks. That young man had 6 of the 10 touchdowns in the championship weekend. I gave his mama the MVP ball. And she had tears in her eyes, and I had tears in my eyes. I said, that's what it's all about. If you think sometimes that the kids get all the glory, and they should, but on this particular day, Mama was the MVP.